Hey guys, it's LJ here. I just wanted to come on today to show you my newest creations. So first thing we've got in this lovely bag from Let's Resin is, oh, it comes with, that's awesome. So this mould is called Lovers Keychains or Family Love Keychains, something like that. I'll put the link to their Amazon store below for you. I love the love word mould. I'm so excited to use these. So excited. Ooh, it comes with a light. They sent me some lights as well. I wonder what colour lights these are. Oh, they're a nice soft glow yellowy light. Lovely. And we have our love sign. Okie dokie, so for the first one I'm going to do this, it's called the Couples Keychain, by the way. I'm going to do this heart and key for me and my other half, so I'm going to have the purple heart and he's going to be the purple key. And these beautiful micas are this set, which I got from Amazon, so I'll put a link below for you.
Okie dokie, so I have mixed my resin into that larger cup. I've just popped a few of the bubbles that have risen. I'm going to give it a little bit more of a stir. What I tend to do is I warm it ever so slightly by putting it near the radiator or by the window if it's a nice sunny day as we've had recently. Just to warm it up a little bit to make it easier for me to stir because my hands are quite painful at the moment. So I'm mixing that into this larger cup, trying to do it as slowly as possible to not add any extra bubbles. I am going to pour it into two smaller cups, so I'm going to get a few bubbles when I pour it into these small ones, but they will rise out, and also the mica powders are opaque, so it's not as much of a problem. Oh, these bags, I don't like mica powder in bags, especially when wearing gloves, but I don't like mica powder in bags. It tends to go everywhere, but they're lovely colours, so you know I can't really complain. So that's the violet and then the light blue. So I'm going to mix those up into the pots with a small amount of resin. Here we go. So I'm going to pour those in. Those of you who have seen my previous Let's Resin video will have seen the keychains down at the bottom being made. If you haven't, go and see them. I'll put a link in for you. So yeah, just mixing the mica into the small amount of resin. Then we're going to pour it into the two holes at the top of this key ring. So one is going to be the heart lock and one is going to be the key. And just to be all sort of gross and silly, I'm going to say that I'm the heart and he's the key because he's got the key to my heart. I mean, it's vomit worthy, isn't it? Anyone who knows me is going to be really surprised I say that because I'm not particularly romantic. But yeah, so that's those two. So I've poured them in. I've made sure that it is fitting into all the smaller sections like the handles at the top, which are quite thin. And then same as previously, because I have lots of resin left over, I'm going to mix it into that sort of tag, hotel key tag shaped one. Mixing both colours in so we've got a nice marbled effect. Same as with the other key change. Actually, this one turned out to be my favourite. For some reason I seem to like them mixed more than I do single colours. Let me know what you think.
Hey guys, so we're back. We're going to pop out our bits and pieces. So we'll start with my purple heart. This mould is absolutely lovely. I don't feel like it's going to break when I'm popping this out, and these middle bits are often quite difficult to break the seal on. But I actually feel like that came out really straightforward. Look, that's so lovely. So there's my heart. And then we'll do his key, because he is the key to my heart. Yes, it's a little bit vomit worthy. But there we go. Those who know me will be surprised that I'm saying that about him. There's the key. And here's the bit that we had that was the leftovers muddled together. Again, trying breaking the seal on this heart piece because you want, there we go, you want to ease it out because you do want to be gentle with your moulds, but these pop out beautifully. Oh, look at the mix of colours on that. I love these mica powders. And then because I had a little bit extra, I thought I'd make us a controller. So we've got our little, try and get it in the shot, for God's sakes, woman. Our little Switch controller. So with these, we are going to make our love sign, and we are going to have our key hanging off it, and I think I might make it into maybe a hanger for our keys actually, which would be quite cute with the keys on. I might hang that on it as well, so we've got 3 spaces. And then I'm going to add in some of the flowers that he bought me for Valentine's Day that I have dried. So that's going to be really cute. So yeah, I'm going to go and get ready, sort my resin out, and we'll come back and do our mould. Hey guys, I'm back. So we're going to start on our Let's Resin Love mould. Very excited because the family one has been lovely, and this Couples Keychain one has been lovely. So these are the pieces that we made using this Couples Keychain mould. So I've got the key, the heart with the lock, and then this sort of tag one. So I'm going to use these colours again in the love mould. So let's get it out and have a quick look. So it does come with a set of lights. I'm not going to be using the lights this time, but I will be next time. So we'll pop that out. Let's get it out of its packaging. Do have scissors in case this is tough. Oh no, that's nice and easy. My hands can do it, anyone's hands can do it. So, sorry, just knocked everything. So there is our love mould. Again, it's nice, good, strong walls. They're thin, but they are strong. That's not going to fall over or, you know, drip stuff out. So we're going to use that. I've collected some beads, some bits and pieces, some charms that sort of represent myself and my other half. So I've got the ruler because I'm a teacher and a crafter. He's got the football because he absolutely loves football. And I didn't have anything gaming. Although I did make this tiny little Switch controller, which I need to add the details onto because we've been playing a lot of Dragon Quest Builders together lately, so that's quite a nice one. I've got a purple heart and a blue heart for us, and then I've got my 2 purple dice, and he's going to have his blue and yellow dice. All in there somehow. Not 100% sure how I'm going to incorporate it yet, but it'll be there. Possibly like I did the flowers, I might sort of do, you know, the dice. I don't know if to split it up, so like I did with the love, and do half blue, half purple, and have all my bits in the purple side, not his bits in the blue side, and have it completely split down the middle. So like all of this is purple and I'm purple, all of this is blue and then blue, and then a split in the middle. The middle is quite hard to do on this one from the bottom because we haven't got a middle space, but we'll figure that one out. I do thankfully have this, so I could sort of dangle it a bit like that. That might be what I do actually. Keep watching. And there is my doorbell. Bear with me a second. Okay, sorry, I just have to go off topic for a moment, okay? I bought a book of stamps. For some reason they came flat, so, you know, fold them so they look like a book full of stamps. This is the packaging it came in. I mean, even if you do it the way they do it, and you unfold it, such a waste. It really frustrates me. Sorry, I know I've gone almost completely off topic because I got really angry about the delivery. Let's carry on, shall we? So I think I'm going to do it like that. I'm really not sure where I'm going to put the pieces yet, which I really need to decide, because I'm going to do a clear layer, same as I did with the flowers, put the beads and charms in, and then come back and do a coloured later when it started to set up. So I've got my resin. I put my resin into these like condiment bottles because it's much easier to use than I buy in bulk. I buy This one, I think it's 10 litres. 10 litres of resin at a time, because it works out cheaper. So I buy the big bottles and then I distribute them. Well, I don't. My darling other half pours them into these bottles for me so that I can use them. So I've got my resin, I've got my hardener. I have got my respirator, which has got the proper filters on these. I think the filter's going to need changing in about a month, so hopefully I'll be able to get some during this whole corona lockdown. We'll see. Well, not lockdown, but however, so we'll see how that goes. So I've got all my bits and pieces. I'm going to get my resin mixed, and then we'll come back and pour it on with the beads. I'll see you shortly. Okie dokie, so I'm going to put my respirator on in a minute, so I will go to a voiceover. But I just wanted to add, it is an absolutely gorgeous day. I mean, it is so sunny. I'm actually warm standing outside, and I don't say that except in the heat waves during the summer, because I'm always cold. So yeah, it is an absolutely glorious day. I'm actually kind of sad that, you know, we're not supposed to leave the house because we've got woods behind us, and it'd be really nice to go up there for a walk, but I'm guessing other locals might have the same thought. So yeah, we'll see. Right, time to get our resin on.
Okie dokie, so once again I have mixed up the resin in this larger cup. This is going to be a clear layer first of all. I have got the mica powders above, but this is just going to be a clear layer. So mixing my resin up, popping any bubbles that are there, and then I'm going to pour it into the mould. I have got some bits and pieces ready to go into each letter where I think they will fit nicely. So mix that slowly. I'm just checking that there's no bubbles holding it up where the light can shine on it. I've got a few bubbles, but they are going to pop on their own because this resin is absolutely fantastic for doing that. So pop the last few, and then we're going to pour it into the mould. There you go. I'm just putting the one of my little alcohol swabs underneath with writing on so that I can check that the resin is as clear as water. So I'm just pouring in a very, very thin layer of this clear, because basically what I want to do is I just want to create a front layer and have the beads and things in it so they don't float away. If I did a very thick layer, they would float away on the top and it would be harder for them to stay in position. So I'm going to start off with our heart beads. So I've got a blue heart bead and a purple heart bead, and with these I'm just fiddling them around to A, make sure they are the right way up, and B, make sure that the air bubbles that will be inside them come out. I apologise for my head getting in the way during this. I've tried to cut out as much of my head as possible while still letting you see what is going on. So I've popped all those beads in, and we've let that cure overnight, that layer. So it's now the next day. So I'm going to split this larger amount of resin into two, and we're going to pop any bubbles from pouring it, and then we're going to add in our mica powders. Problem with resin is when you pour it from one cup to another or into the mould, you will introduce some bubbles unless you are doing it at such a slow speed. And with my hands I can't do it as slow as I would need to for that. So I just pop any that appear in the cups. Therefore I need less heat near my mould. In an ideal world I wouldn't use my little barbecue lighter there at all on the moulds, just because it can cause problems and I really don't like ruining my moulds. But I also try not to use my heat gun, which is there on the left, as much as possible either, because you just don't want to introduce too much heat into your mould because it can fuse with the resin, which isn't good. So I'm going to start with the blue. I'm going to pour the blue into the L and the O, and then the purple onto the E and the V. And then where the O and the V meet, I've kind of poured both colours in to get them to sort of mix and marble. Then I'm just filling up the mould all the way to the top, or near enough to the top, with the resin that I've got, making sure that I'm scraping out the cups. I do scrape out every little bit out of my cup. It does make it sometimes harder for me to clean because I can't pull out a full chunk in one go, but I would rather spend an extra 5-10 minutes cleaning the cup than I would wasting that much resin, because it's not cheap. Even when you buy it in a slightly bigger bottle like I do now, it's still not cheap. So I'm just scraping it out, making sure that the top of the V, the sort of pointy bits of the E and the L at the top and bottom have all got enough resin in to cover everything and to sit nicely. Now obviously resin is self-leveling, so it will level itself out, but at the same time you want to try and make sure you've got as much in there as you can so that it is nice and even. And then I'm going to give it a very quick blast with my torch just to pop any bubbles that have come in, and we'll be done.
Hey guys, so we're going to demould our love sign today. Just popped these bits down here because these are going to be our dangles from it. And I just thought I'd show you this. So when my hands aren't great as they weren't yesterday, when I pour in I spill and I get drips. What I do though, I don't wipe them off when they're wet. I let them dry and then I peel them off, so then I get, oh, I've just dropped. Where did it go? Then I get bits like this. Oh, that I can't get out now. And that then really static with my fingers. Bits like this that I can use in other pieces. So I just peel them off the mould when they're dry, which I did just before the video started. So there's that. So we're going to demould our love sign and see what it looks like from the front. I'm really excited about this one too. So same as last time. There it went. Knew I'd seen it. So I apologise if this is laborious. My hands today, I cannot make a fist. This is about as close as I can get, but we're going to do it anyway because I want to see what this looks like. And check out my snazzy gloves. The lovely Amy at Chronically Colourful. I found her, God, I only found her about a month ago, 6 weeks ago maybe, and ordered some purple gloves from her, and they're amazing. And then she came up with some rainbow gloves, so I ordered rainbow gloves as well, which I have got. And then she created, what did she call them? Green goblins, which were green, blue, purple. And so I messaged her and I said, can I have it without the blue, please? Is there a way? And so she made me these stunners. They're amazing. I'm going to get a purple and black set as well, and I'm going to get these the other way around, so green at the top and purple at the bottom, because yes, love it. Anyway, I digress. See, my hands don't work, but my brain is on today. I can do the words. Let's see if this carries on. So first thing we're going to do, same as last time, is just go round and we're going to release the edges from the mould just to make sure that nothing is catching. This one quite a bit easier than the family because there's a lot more space between the letters, so even with my dodgy hands, actually this is coming out quite easily, which is good. And then, right, so if we pop through the E, she says, yeah, it's coming out quite easily, she says, ow, if we pop through the E, there we go, and then we'll come this way. I apologise, the door is open, and if you can hear the cats, that's my kitten, my youngest, fighting with next door's cat. She just, yeah, she gets very territorial, bless her. But the noises she makes, it sounds like someone's killing her. So again, absolutely amazing mould from Let's Resin. I mean, that is solid as a rock. No damage to it. It's still shiny. I mean, that is such a lovely mould. So, are you ready? I'm not sure that I'm ready. Okay. Oh, I love it. No. I worked so hard to get them the right way. Do you know what though? That kind of sums up our relationship, so that's perfect. What I'm laughing at, if you can't see, is that my heartbeats that I fiddled with for ages managed to get them both upside down. So there you go, guys. Note to self, check your in beds. My dice are fine, so I've got a 5 and 2 and a 3 and a 2. It's supposed to be a 5 and a 2. That was supposed to be the 5. Where is the 5? 5 is on the inside. My ruler and his football. I actually really like it. So, I've got 4 dangles. So, I'm thinking we do that and that because the whole switch over. And then I'll have the heart because the heart is that side. And then the games controller can be there as dangles. What do you think? I don't know actually, you know. Wondering if it needs these. Maybe just those because, you know, the lock and key thing. I don't know. While I decide, I'm going to sand off some sharp edges. We've got a few sharp edges on the back of these. You can see there. Can you catch it? There you go. We've got some quite jaggedy edges. So I'm going to put my mask on. I'm going to get out. I think I might use the actual rotary tool for this one, just to make it a bit quicker, because there is quite a lot and they are quite sharp. And then I'll come back and we'll see what we're doing next. See you in a second.
Okie dokie, so I don't have a Dremel, I just have this little one from Amazon. I do have a larger one that's a plug-in, but it's a bit too heavy for me to handle on my own. Hurts my hands, I can't be as precise, whereas this one's nice and small and has 3 speeds, which is really good. So I've just put a little sanding head on the top, and we're just going to take off all those sharp edges. Just going to go round and round. I have got my respirator on. Please do wear a respirator when you're sanding resin. You do not want any of that dust in your lungs. I'm then using baby wipe to just clear up all the dust from my tool, from my hands, from the table, from the resin piece, everywhere. Again, you want to get rid of that dust as soon as possible. You do not want it floating around. It is not good for you. thank you very much for spending time with me today, guys. Keep safe, keep crafting. I'll see you soon. Bye.